So Dino, you gone through the grind of educating your son, your family about the whole thing with pre-draft, travel baseball, and the many things. What advice do you have for parents and the kids themselves as they balance life with baseball and try to get into professional baseball or into college?
Well, I think what I tried to do at a younger age, the first priority was school. Making sure that priority was school, getting good grades. Before they even stepped on the field, they had to have their homework done, which they did. So all the travel ball stuff that I put, the boys went through. I wasn't really a kind of a parent that was going to a lot of travel ball games on the East Coast, Florida, Texas, mid-season stuff. I kind of kept it around our area in Southern California. Get as much reps as you can. I think there's certain tournaments that they got into, like the Arizona JOs. The ones that my boys were involved with were when I knew there was going to be a college and pro scouts there. So. It's important to get him travel ball, but also the main thing that I tried to focus on was having fun. Young age, little league, travel ball, high school, you got to have fun doing this. And I've always said my kids were blessed because they grew up in the game at the major league level. The coaches were the players, and they got to be around when they were with the Angels, Dodgers. And now me as a father and my wife watching Brady go through the draft, and now Trey's going into his senior season. The experience that Trey got from this year from his brother going through that draft period was unbelievable. So as parents, have fun, make sure school's a priority, and keep them in a safe area where they're not traveling too much and getting a lot of reps on the field.
Transitioning from infield coaching to outfield coaching, you're always involved in everything. But how do the responsibilities change this year?
Well, again, I did the outfield with the Angels, and when I was over there for 14 season, I did it for about 6 years, and now the last 6 years I've been doing the infield, and Dave asked me to do the outfield when Woody came back, which was no problem. I think, we got great guys who come out and want to work. We take a lot of pride in early defense. We're out every single day. The biggest thing for me as an outfield coach now is making sure our routes are good, footwork, first step. I make sure our guys get at least one round a day on BP. The best practice for me as an outfielder is getting them live off the bat. We can come out here and do a lot of fungal work, but if you can get yourself out there and take balls 5, 6, 7 minutes out of a 10, 15-minute group to get live fungos off the bat, I think that's the best time during batting practice.
Tell me about Andy Paez, where he was and where he is now as an outfielder.
On a mission. This kid came in last year, great experience being with us through the playoffs, World Series champions, came in with a lot of confidence. He's been asked to play all 3 spots. He's been doing a great job on the defensive end, center, right, and now left field. The thing to me is the experience that he got and the vision that he has every single day. He wants to be a Gold Glover, and that's what I put him on during spring training. I said, why can't you be a Gold Glove outfielder if you're in right, center, or left field for us in 2025? And the main goal every single day from day one was take away hits. Meaning, if somebody robs you of a hit, you get yourself out there on the defensive end and take away a hit. He's worked extremely hard on his throwing. Everybody knows he's a top 5 thrower in baseball. He's got an 80 arm strength, which is the most grade you can give a guy in the outfield for me, with great accuracy. So 24 years old, great career ahead of him. The main thing, though, focusing and maintaining that upward hill, up the mountain all year long, and not having those peaks and valleys. You are going to have those, but he has been steady for us the whole year.
Becoming a good base runner, what does it take? Because obviously, as you've always told me for 20 years, Jose, the people that make my job easier are good base runners. I'm not a good coach unless they're good. At what age do you start imparting that to say, hey, become a base runner by doing exactly what to become better at the details?
Well, for me, the earlier the better. I mean, my boys, I was trying to tell them when they were 12, 13 years old, and how to run the bases right. The best way to run the bases for me is getting yourself out there and practicing during batting practice, taking them live off the bat, putting yourself in game situations. Man on second base, nobody out, you're making sure line drives are through, the ball's hit to the right side of the diamond, reading the ball off the bat, get it third, contact play, through the swing, you have momentum going towards home. But as a third base coach, and I've told you this many, many years, what makes third base coaches' jobs easy is players running through the base. Just don't run to the base, run through the base, make me stop you. And once the player gets the trust in you as a third base coach, and I come down the line, I let the play develop, and they're going to score until I stop them, and we do a pretty good job at that. So, yeah, as a good base runner, get yourself out there, read balls off the bat, and want to score. You always, Joe Malfitano always used to say to me, score one more point than the other team. And I'm like, point, I'm thinking basketball, but he always said score one more point than the other team, and that always stuck with me. So that's what I tell our guys. Let's try to score 1 point more than them each time we take the field.
Is your time with Mike Socha, and you always preaching, Ron Renicky, we don't mind you making mistakes, smart mistakes, aggressive mistakes, and also picking your spots. When is a good spot? When is it not to be aggressive?
Well, I guess you always want to put pressure on the other team. I remember Alex Rodriguez with the Yankees playing third, couldn't wait to get out of Anaheim because we put so much pressure on the defense. So, you want to be aggressive, but there's a time in the game where, like, say you're on first base, no outs, you're down 2 runs, there's a ball hit straight to left field. You just don't want to run into outs, and that's kind of like what we preach. But if he's going to his left and right, and we know in our pregame series that this guy can't throw the ball with accuracy going left and right, then that's where the aggressiveness comes in. When we do our scouting as coaches, we tell the players what to expect when the ball's hit to each and one of those outfielders, and we can take advantage of it. You know what? Mike Socha always used to tell me, I'll take 115, 120 first to thirds in a year. There might be 5 or 6 ugly outs at third, but he wanted that guy to go first and third with 1 out and let the next guy drive him in. So that always stuck with me. But yes, know the scoreboard, know the situation of the game, when you can be aggressive. And the main thing my job is as a third base coach, making sure these guys know the weaknesses and the pluses of the outfielders that we play.